Hey guys, what's up? This is Mike. This isn't gonna be a review, more like a reaction slash thoughts video. Um, Marvel announced their event for 2012, which is actually very exciting. They called it's called Avengers versus X-Men. So I'm gonna be posting some of the preview pictures they put up, but this event is huge. It's going to be about, from what we know, or what Marvel's announced, it's going to be about 12 issues. So it would be bi-weekly, so that means it's going to come out twice a month. And it starts in April of 2012. Not only that, the creative team is just ridiculous. The creative team consists of Brian Michael Bendis, Jason Aaron, Jonathan Hickman, Ed Brubaker, Matt Fraction as the writers. And it's going to be drawn by Frank Cho, John Romita Jr., Oliver Coipel, and Adam Kubert. So this is just a huge event for Marvel. And I'm going to be just going over some basic ideas or information that we have about it. And then I'm going to be giving my thoughts slash reaction. So the basic idea of the event is that each issue is to be written by a different writer, and that they're gonna hand it off after their issue to the next writer, who will then do it the same way. So there are 5 writers, I believe. So 2 of them will write 2 issues, and the rest of them will write 1, I guess, something like that. But regardless, huge event. Probably Marvel's longest event today, if I remember. It's 12 issues, like in most recent years. So the basic premise behind this is fight, the Avengers versus X-Men, is going to be over Hope Summers. She's the mutant Jesus slash Antichrist, and current host of the Phoenix entity, the Phoenix Force. She's going to be playing the major role. Essentially, the X-Men and Avengers are going to fight over her. They each have their own beliefs about how to protect Hope slash how, like, Hope's role, and they come to a point where where it's about the fate of the world comes first before this girl, because apparently the Phoenix Force is it's gonna be a threat. It's about to raise, like, burn the earth to the ground, and then Phoenix Force is crazy like that. Not only that, the Scarlet Witch is going to be playing a major role. For those who don't know, Scarlet Witch, she was part of a major event back in the early 2000s, House of M, where she essentially wiped out the mutants. She's back in Children's Crusade. They found her. She was married to Dr. Doom, and she got her memories back and stuff. She's been giving mutants back their powers or something. I'm not really reading Children's Crusade. It started off as a mini-series, like 5 issues, and has like grown to like 10. I don't know, something crazy like that. But Scarlet Witch, who is a major player in both the X-Men world and the Avengers universe, like she totally destroyed their lives during House of M, plays another major role. So reactions when I found out about the event. I'm pretty excited, actually. I'm still pretty excited. This essentially is gonna be Civil War, another Civil War. I know there's been a lot. First there was Civil War, and that was just an Avengers slash Fantastic Four slash random X-Men thrown in, mostly Avenger-like event. That was Avengers, going at each other. And then there was Schism, which was the X-Men Civil War, which is really just Wolverine versus Cyclops. That was just like meh. But this is like Civil War, because during Civil War, back in 2004, I believe, that's when Civil War happened. It's 2000. Back when Civil War came out. Don't take 2004. I don't remember when it came out. The X-Men really didn't participate. They took a isolationist stance, and they just stayed on their island in Utopia, because they were reeling from House of M, and just reeling from all their losses over the years. But now this brings the X-Men to the forefront of the Marvel Universe, and them versus the Avengers. They're going toe-to-toe with Steve Rogers, who has the backing by the government, who is America's top cop, and his team of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, versus the X-Men, who in their own right, are part of Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But at the same time, they're mutants first, then heroes second. I'd say. What's more important that their race survives, and which is probably the stance they're taking. So my reaction, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I don't know how. Like, I think it's gonna be good. I mean, the way that they're working the creative teams is that to be rotating, so each writer gets to write the characters. I hope they write the characters they do best. For example, Bendis is really well if he does, like, he focuses on the Avengers. He does the Avengers book really well. I hope Brubaker does a Cap focus issue, more Cap. But I mean, they could write other characters, but I think it'd be a lot better if they focus their writings or thoughts on what they do best. Jason Aaron obviously would do X-Men / Wolverine book. Hickman, Jonathan Hickman is more known for the Fantastic Four he writes. But I think he probably do an Avengers book. Who is there? Else is there? And Matt Fraction, he did Fear Itself. I like Fear Itself. Some people don't. I haven't done my reviews of it yet because I just haven't had time because it's long. But it's about 7 issues. But I think Fraction can do a major, like, he can write the Avengers or the X-Men. I mean, he's a great writer. So the creative teams wise, and that's for the writers. Artists, some of the artists choices I like, some I don't. No, it's gonna be Frank Cho, John Romita Jr., Oliver Coipel, and Olivier Coipel. He's French, Olivier, and Adam Kubert. Frank Cho, he's known for what is Frank Cho known for? He's done a lot of he did a lot of Ultimate stuff. He drew Part of Schism, I believe. What else he did? I don't actually. Yeah, he did a lot of Ultimate Universe stuff. As for who else are we talking about? I totally blanked out. Oliver Coipel, he did House of M. He did Siege. He's done whatchamacallit, and he's recently been doing Mighty Thor with Matt Fraction, which is a great artist. I like his art. John Romita Jr. He's an artist I'm iffy about. For those who know, he's the son of John Romita Sr., who was one of the men who helped define Spider-Man back when he first came out. He was the second artist after Steve Ditko. He defined the look for Mary Jane and Gwen, and just he probably helped revolutionize Spider-Man during the time. John Romita Jr. He's known for the other art I've seen him do was John Romita Jr. He's the artist currently on Kick-Ass #2. On the Avengers when it first started, he was on Avengers. I don't really remember other stuff John Romita Jr. does. I don't really like his art personally. He draws his characters. Personally, I feel a little weird looking. Faces are very square. They have very square jaws. It's a little interesting. I personally don't really like it, but it's interesting. And Adam Kubert, he's the son of Joe Kubert. So who's Joe Kubert? Joe Kubert is yeah. So Adam Kubert more. He was writing for Marvel, DC, and Dark Horse. He's done work on Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Fantastic Four, Hulk, Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Superman, Ghost Rider. And his father's Joe Kubert, who is one of the men who is known for writing drawing, I believe, Sergeant Rock and Hawkman back in the 60s and 50s, I think. I don't really remember. Wasn't around for Joe Kubert. He's a very famous guy. He's won Eisner Awards and Harvey Awards and stuff. And he started a school, the Kubert School for Art, something like that. He has 2 sons, Andy and Adam. Andy Kubert, I believe, is being is on the creative team for Watchmen too. Yeah, so Adam Kubert, his art style is also a little interesting. I really haven't had too much experience with it. I believe he, but from what I've seen of his art, it looks good. His character's a little interesting. I don't know really how to describe them. They're very but I'm excited for this event. So other thoughts about the event I have is just I'm wondering how team dynamic is going to play into this, and alliances, more so as because the Avengers, regardless of being led by Cap, have mutants on their team. I know I assume this is going to encompass all the Avenger teams, being the Avengers, Secret Avengers, and New Avengers. And the Avengers have a lot of muscle and power stacked behind them. So do the X-Men. The X-Men have tons of people, but the X-Men also had their split, and they've lost a lot of their powerhouses, and their core members that have been around a lot, who have experience. But as for the Avengers, they have mutants on their team currently. Storm on the regular Avengers with Cap, Beast on the Secret Avengers, and Wolverine on the New Avengers. So I know Wolverine and Beast are on the outs with Cyclops at the point, so they're probably going to side with Cap. But Storm, on the other hand, she's on Cyclops' team, the blue team of X-Men. So I don't really know what she's going to do. Is she going to side with the X-Men, where her people, the mutants, or is she going to side with Cap? Also, Black Panther's sort of part of the Avengers, sort of. But what's she going to do? I'm assuming she's going to side with Cyclops, but we never know. Other than that, I'm looking forward to just the matchups, like team matchups. Like the Avengers, as I said, have a lot of muscle, so do the X-Men, but in terms of team matchups, I feel the Avengers have a lot more weight and muscle behind them. Like, if we just comparing like key characters or like key roles, for example, in the X-Men, Cyclops is their leader, and and the leader of the Avengers is Captain America. And Cyclops and Captain America really can't compare, because I feel like Captain America is just a come on top. If him Cyclops duke it out. Why? Cyclops shoots laser beams. That's about it. Cap has his shield, which is invincible, and he's a super soldier. He can essentially just punch Cyclops in the face and kill him. Like, he can just knock the shit out of him. In terms of their like powerhouse, like muscle, the X-Men have Juggulus or Juggernaut / Colossus, who are now one entity. And the Avengers have a couple. They have Red Hulk, who has gone toe to toe with the regular Hulk, and won. They have Luke Cage. They have the Thing. What else is there? Muscly, awesome guys, and that's off the top of my head. Like, their muscle. They also have Giant Man. I forget about Giant Man. They have Giant Man. Like, they have a lot of muscle behind them, and I feel that Juggernaut, Colossus, and either Red Hulk are even match, pretty much. Even though he's sort of the unstoppable, but he's still meh. I don't really like Colossus, and now that he's part Juggernaut, I don't like him even more. I never liked Juggernaut as a character. Other ideas is just like, the X-Men are known, they have two magic users, Pixie and Magic, but the Avengers have Stephen Strange, former Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. He could probably take them both. He's super magical. And there are a whole bunch of other matchups. Magneto against anyone with metal. I'm pretty sure Magneto comes out on top, even though his powers aren't really controlling metal. It's control magnetic fields. So I don't really know how he controls like every form of metal. It's whatever. But if you fight someone like Spider-Man's gonna come out. I feel Spider-Man has a slight advantage. He has his spider sense back, and he can pretty much just whoop up on him. Magneto in close range. Other X-Men off the top of my head, Namor. Namor pretty much has an advantage over any Avenger who doesn't have powers. The man can fly. He has super strength. That's about it. But in terms like, but the Avengers have a lot of names behind them. Daredevil's on the team, Hawkeye, Spider-Woman, Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's another powerhouse. Iron Man. Uh, who else is Daredevil? The Protector. Who else is on the Avengers? Just a lot of them. Thor used to be on it, but he's currently MIA/dead. Knowing that, but the Avengers still have their allies as well, other heroes that aren't officially part of the Avengers that might take sides in this. You know, for example, the Young Avengers, they've been pretty silent. They're part of Children's Crusade, but they haven't been really in mainstream Marvel at this point, so they might be taking sides. For example, Wiccan and his brother, the one that runs fast, the Scarlet Witch's kids, essentially, they might take sides with the X-Men. Patriot and Girl Hawkeye might take sides with the Avengers. You know, it's interesting to see how this is gonna unfold and affect the entire Marvel universe. So that's it. I'm gonna be throwing some pictures into this thing, but let me know your thoughts, guys. If you are excited for this event, if you feel this event it's gonna be like, just let me know. If you like my videos, check some other stuff out. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it's gonna be Wednesday, new comic book day. I'm picking up a lot of stuff, so I'll be doing a couple reviews tomorrow of a whole bunch of stuff. The one I'm most excited for tomorrow is pretty much Amazing Spider-Man, Avenging Spider-Man, and Defenders, which come out tomorrow. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.